EyeGotThyme. Welcome to Honey's Homeroom Live. Ooh, girl, excuse me. Ashe and amen. We're about to get into some deep parental wound healing today, and I am thrilled to do so. Okay? Feel free, if you have questions at any moment in time, to ask your questions. Get your notebooks. This will be posted. Okay, feel free to screen record if you need to screen record. If you do share anything, just tag the account, period. It's EyeGotThyme everywhere. Okay, well, not everywhere. On Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and Patreon. Okay, if you have not joined our Patreon community yet, that will be a perfect space for anyone who is on their ascension journey. We do journal prompts, we do collective energy check-ins twice a week, and then we also do astrological readings, like the extended version, the extendo clips. It's an honor and it's a pleasure to be here with y'all today. And I'm really excited to talk about this topic because I have been purging so much. I have been healing in so many ways. And I feel like I've done so much deep healing. There's so much joy that is just beaming out of me right now for the gratitude that I have for how I've healed myself and how I am healing myself. More so how I'm allowing myself to heal itself and I'm getting out of the way. There has been much purging, much processing of my emotions through feeling, allowing myself to simply feel them without needing to rationalize them, without needing to make sense of them, without needing to put down a blanket before I feel them. No, just allowing myself to be in the process of feeling these emotions, real, raw, true, and uncut. I will be feeling them here as well. I will be moving, shifting, transmuting energy, and just giving you that heads up. Some of the tools that I use to heal, one tool is myself. I am the main shabam poodle, okay? I'm the dandada. I'm it. I am how it gets done. Okay, breath, consciousness, mind, mental, heavy, communicating with me, positive affirmations, affirming myself positively is major. It's big. Okay, speaking with the voice that's up top, making sure that she is communicating positively to me throughout the process of feeling those emotions. Again, release through breath. Letting go of the tension, knowing where I feel the tension in my body, knowing where I feel the emotions piled on top of each other, and being able to say, ooh, I feel it right there. Okay, I'm gonna release that part. Ooh, I'm gonna put breath there and I'm gonna exhale there, so that way I can let the energy separate from one another and continue to flow, and then allow myself to feel that shift and that change in my body and letting myself move it around. However I naturally move it, however I naturally need to transmute it. And then allowing myself to continue to breathe. Tapping is another one. Tapping is big. Ashe and amen. Emoting, crying, screaming, shouting, growling, tensing up my muscles like this, and then also letting it go when I need to. Having moments where I ball up my fists and I charge up the energy and I shake until I can't no more, and then I let it go. Then I let it go. Reiki's big. Solfeggio frequencies, binaural beats, meditative music, healing vibrations. So many things to help us out. So many tools available for us. And they're all free. And they're all free. Consciously placing my focus on living a life where I allow myself to be liberated. Intentionally choosing the colors that I place on my body. Ashe and amen, using color to my advantage. Ashe and amen. And my higher self, my ancestors, and my spirit guides, calling on my trio, allowing us all four to harmonize together, to embody this ether energy, so that way this healing can happen with me having assistance, because I know that I have nothing to prove. And so, man, I need to do nothing alone. I don't need to do nothing alone by myself. So calling on my ancestors, my higher self, and my spirit guides to assist me in this journey of ascension. Ooh, Ashe. What if you came across your avatar? I have. I'm looking at them right now. And I see me every day. I see me every day. Different versions of me. I see me every day. I come across my avatar online when I show up authentically and I post the real me, and then I done changed twice since that video. And then I come across that video on my timeline and I'm like, wow, I was dope. Oh my God, I remember being that version of me 48 hours ago and I was whack to me. Whoa, Ashe. And that gets us started. Let's tap into these parental wounds. I will be diving into both the mother and the father wound. We're going to start off with the father wound. And I'm just going to be channeling here and allowing my different versions of self to come through to share this information. I'm going to be allowing my higher self to guide us and organize this divinely, so it's divinely orchestrated. I am here not wanting to make sense of anything, just sharing it. What you take from this is what you take from it. What you're able to utilize, you're able to utilize. I don't know what everybody needs, and that's perfectly fine. So I won't even, girl, somebody's going through it in those comments. Ashe and amen, girl. Ashe and amen. Thank God. Thank God I'm in a healed space, honey, to be like, oh, girl, you're taking everything out of context. Taking everything out of context, but it's okay, because not everybody has eyes, and not everybody has heart. Not everybody is connected, and not everybody knows, and it's okay. I'm not here to prove myself to nobody, and I'm not here to be understood like that. I don't need to be. It's Ashe and amen. Whatever experience you having with yourself in this video is whatever you having with yourself in this video, boo. Ashe and amen. Do you. Okay, so... and this is what I mean when I say that there is space for healing, for you to heal completely. There's a version of myself that used to show up needing to be understood so bad, because I have felt so lied on, so misunderstood, so disrespected, so undervalued, so unseen. And I would need to explain myself and dive in and dive in and dive in. And I'm so glad that I'm not that person anymore, where I'm totally okay with people having experiences with me in my presence right there. And it's just not the same experience that I'm having with them. And I'm like, oh, check out, check please, thank you, pay my bill, just what I paid for, just what I ordered, that's it, just paying for what I ordered, and then I'm out, boop, and I'm good, and leaving it at that. Leaving it at that. Why? Because I don't need to take on no situation, no emotions, no perceptions, no nothing that ain't my business, and I don't go back and forth. Hell no, too grown, busy. I'm busy, boots. So I'm so very grateful that I've gotten to this space, yet it's taken so much work to get to this space. I've wanted to be loved so bad. I've wanted to be seen as caring so bad. I wanted to be seen as, honestly, like in an intention of wanting to be as possible. And I realized, no, that's not necessary. That's unnecessary, actually. To have to beg and plead for someone to understand that you're being kind, that you're being loving, that you're being genuine, that you're being sincere, that you're being real, that you have no malicious intent at all, to have to break your back for people to understand that. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I already know that I ooze unconditional love. If somebody does not feel that or does not sense that off rip, they're not meant to, not in that moment. And if they need some convincing, they're gonna have to convince themselves on their own. that ain't got nothing to do with me because I know who I am. I'm me 24/7, period. And I understand that. And I realize that there's no point. I used to do that with my mother all the time. I would allow myself to just try to convince her that I wasn't trying to make her angry, that I wasn't trying to make her mad, that I wasn't trying to ruin her life, that I wasn't trying to ruin her marriage, that I was honestly on her team, that I wanted to support her. And I wanted her to be like, I'm trying to convince her of how amazing I thought she was and how much I just, oh my God, always needing to prove my love. No, it's a cost that is too high to pay to convince anyone that you love them at all. To try to convince someone that you are who you know yourself to be when you are with you and you are you all that time. Oh, absolutely not. Oh, absolutely not. Convince a bitch for what? Convince a bitch for what? For what? Only for you to not end up succeeding at convincing them. And only for them to always need convincing when there's a change and a shift. So now you're afraid to change and shift because you feel like, oh, I'm gonna have to convince them that this version is not against them. I'm gonna have to convince them that this version is it's okay. Like, oh my God, you're always begging and pleading, walking on eggshells, and you're resistant to change. You're stagnant most often because yourself is so hesitant to shift and change because the person you give your love to the most and that you choose over yourself is someone who's a loose cannon. And you don't trust them you don't trust them with your heart enough for you to just shift. No, you always got to make sure that before you give them your heart, which you know you're going to do regardless, you got to let them know, hey, please be gentle with it. Please be gentle with it. And you do so with your actions and they still take it and flop it around. And you're like, every time because you won't allow yourself to do the tough thing. Because maybe your courage is a little low. Because maybe you've been abused so bad that you just really love it. You just at this point where you choose your abuser over yourself. You've been conditioned to love your abuser. See, I used to get so confused because I always thought of abuser as something that was sexual. And then I realized, oh my God, no, there's mental, there's emotional, there's verbal, there's more than that. There's physical that's not even sex. When it comes to my father wound involved. So with my father wound, what was tough for me was the fact that my dad understood. My dad understood. I was told stories about my father and how he went through intense abuse in his childhood. Now, for me to understand, for me to know, or to even have heard that my father went through the abuse that he did from the stories that I was told, that he went through the abuse he did, and to know that this man was able to make the choice to say, I'm gonna leave my kid with someone who does put her hands on him often in a very intense way. You've watched me be abused and you would be like, I can't watch this. I can't be here for this. And you don't do nothing. My inner child broke from that. Wow. Like dad, like, come on. Like, how are you not going to save me? How are you not going to help me out? Like, you're the one who makes me laugh. You're the one who's fun to be around. You're the one who's the jokester. You're the one, like, you know, you're the one who is like, you know, you're the Superman here. Like, what's happening? Like, help me out. That's how my inner child felt. And all the way up until the moment that I was about 14, 15 years old, 16 maybe. No, 14, 15, somewhere in there. And I was informed by a best friend of mine at the time that they were possibly going to do a drug raid on my house. And I was like, okay. And I told my dad about it. And I was like, Dad, you got to get me up out of here. And my dad was like, I don't really have anywhere for you to go, son. Like, I would take you with me, but I don't have anywhere to go. And I'm like, Dad, are you not listening to me? I just told you they may possibly do a drug raid on my house. Like, I don't know what's in the house. I know we got a safe. I don't know what's in it, but like, that's weird. I don't know anything about this, Dad, but this just sounds like I don't feel safe in the home. I already don't love being there, and I don't feel loved there. And I'm like, Dad, I don't care where you are. Like, let me just go with you. And my dad's like, granted, my dad, not too long from there, my dad got deported. So a legal alien at this point, can't come back to America. And so I now, as an adult, understand that all choices made were perfect. Everybody made the right choice. Everybody made the choices that needed to be fucking made. I get that. And so now this version of myself is like, woo, shit. However, at the same time, my inner child has emotions that needs to be processed, because to my 15-year-old self, my dad wasn't available. And I had always thought of my dad. If it ever came down to it, I know my dad would be there. And my dad was like my last resort. That's how I felt. I didn't feel like I had anywhere else to go. I didn't feel safe anywhere else. I had already ran away. And when I ran away to my aunt's house. And when I ran to my aunt's house, which is his sister, my mom pulled up over there with her sister, and is on the phone like, get out of that lady's house right now or I'll call the cops. And I swear to God, I'll tell them she kidnapped you. And I'm like, damn, you don't like me, lady. Why are you torturing me to come be with you? Like, that don't make no sense. I'm freeing you right now. And then for me to get in the car, and the first thing that I hear when I get in the car is, I had to bring your auntie with me because I swear to God, I swear I was going to kill you. And I'm like, that's not really like the thing that I want to hear to get me to stay in this car. And I'm in the back of the seat, like shaking, like I'm unaware. Like, I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know. Like, I'm frightened for my life, because I've seen my mother so angry, and I've seen my mother's face warp into something even now where I'm like, that's a vicious ass face, bitch. And I've seen that face. I know that face because I've made that face. I've gone to that place of anger and rage, and my mother has anger. My mother has anger and rage, and I understand why. My mother was abused 10 times worse than I was. So my whole mama side, we all need to fucking heal. We all need healing. And this is me today. I realize how much I have actually broken the cycle where I'm not having kids, knowing damn well I can't support those kids. I'm not out here letting my parents abuse me and fuck me up any more than what we already went through. I'm out here speaking my truth and allowing for myself to heal, and not playing no bullshit about, it's all right, it's cool, that's my mama, so I gotta ride with her regardless. No, the fuck I don't. No, I don't. Absolutely not. And no, I will not, because this is absurd. I'm in pain and no one seems to fucking care. And it's because, well, we're all in pain. Shit happens. That's not the answer. That's definitely not the answer. That's not gonna satisfy. That's not working for me. So you want me to live? I'm only 33. Damn. So you want me to just be miserable for the rest? No. And we live a long time. My great grandmother is about to be 100. If she's not there already, she's probably gonna be like 101, 102. So clearly we last a while. You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. No. Y'all bitches, y'all live way too long for me to fuck around and be miserable that motherfucking long. Absolutely not. And I hate the way my grandmother treats my mother. I love my grandmother. My grandmother treats me like a motherfucking saint. But the way my grandmother treats my mother is despicable, and I can't stand it. And I will not be around it. I cannot. No. And I hate that my mother allows herself to be treated that way, knowing what my mother has already shared with me about how my granny used to treat her. And then also what she has not shared. I can feel it, because ain't no way she treated me the way that she treated me just because she treated me that way. No. My mother went through atrocities, monstrosities, and it's just not being discussed. And my mother's comment is, shit happens. When I was going through my intense healing in 2020, I wrote my mother a letter about about the sexual abuse I had went through as a kid. And my sexual abuse started at 4 years old with a cousin. And I was even consciously aware then to not want to tell on him, because I understood what would happen. And it never happened again with him specifically, but it just continued from there with other family members and friends and things around the world. Ashe. And so what that did for my 4-year-old self was choose to continuously take a blame and become accustomed to a custom that I was told happened in white people communities that were hillbillies and things. And I'm like, My cousins be fucking on each other. What are you talking about? Wait a minute. I see that shit all the time. I be asking to be involved. Like, I want to do something. What about me? Let me be a part of something. What? What did you just say? No, you too young. Well, I'm right here and I'm looking. Let me see. Let me try something. Let me touch something. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. That's what's going on. 6, 7 years old, 8 years old, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then like, okay, I feel like this is making me feel very uncomfortable. I feel like this has to stop now. This has to stop now. Something ain't right here. Something ain't right. Like, bitch, wait a minute. It went on for that. Yes, it did. Because to me, it was normal. It was exploration. It was what was happening. Did I know it was wrong? Did I know that something wasn't right? Oh, absolutely. People kept making jokes about other things that they would see on television, but yet it was so regular where I'm at. Everybody's doing it. Once the lights turn off, you don't know who's touching who now. And I look back, I look back on those moments and I say, wow, so much sneaky activity, so much sneaky activity, so much sneaky activity, just lies and secrets. And I don't want no parts. I'm not holding on to that. There's no fucking way. I want liberation. And so I wrote my book about it. I wrote a poem about it, a little bit. And I say, you know what? There's too much in me. I want to get it out. I have to get it out. I'm done with the conversation of let's heal, but then let's not heal the sexual trauma that is the most embarrassing to talk about. Because I don't want this to be tied to my character, tied to who I am as a person. Now that I'm seen as just this one view. Someone who was fucking on a cousin, someone who was sucking on a cousin, someone who was touching on a cousin, someone who was in this ring of mess on both the daddy and the mama side. And me feeling an ick, and me feeling gross, me feeling like I'm unlovable, me feeling like I don't deserve any type of romance that's real because of what I have already experienced and endured and been a part of and asked for and wanted. And I'm feeling just gross. I'm feeling an ick with myself because I'm like, how did I remember being 4. I remember the sensation and I remember the sensation. I remember the bed. I remember the direction of the bed. I remember the bunk. I remember the fucking whisper in my ear of thank you, cousin, for not telling. I remember. And I'm like, Like, I even remember the fucking face. Like, and I just sat there like, why didn't I say anything? Just knowing, like, hi, meditating on matter. Just knowing I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I don't feel like he meant it. I don't know, but I just, only to have a conversation with one of my older cousins who tells me, oh, he was actually the one who like touched me for the first time too when I was like 12, 13. And I was like, okay. Well. Okay. I am so grateful for myself having chosen to liberate me. I'm so grateful for myself choosing to speak up about what I've gone through in life. I spoke to a friend today and he said to me, honey, oh my God, I'm so proud of you for what you made it through. Some people go through what you go through, what you've gone through, and they can't come out of that. They spiral down and their life becomes what that trauma was. And they're stuck. He said, you found a way out and you help people. Like, that's crazy to me. And I'm like, I guess. He's like, it takes a very strong mind to do what you do. And I'm like, okay. And it's hard for me to take, it's hard for me to take the compliment. It's hard for me to take the compliment because I feel like I have no other choice. I feel like I understand that either spiral down or get the fuck out. Either stay in the pit and drown or come out. And there's no way in my mind that I could Much of this is due to the American system, very common overall trauma we all experience and truly have to heal. I don't want to blame the American system. I don't want to blame the American system. I don't. And the reason why I don't want to put it on the American system is because I'm done with the argument, the black argument in America that is America did this or white people did this, when there is no way in hell you can tell me that white people just went over to Africa, snatched bitches and put them on boats, and they didn't, they're not the first people on the planet. There's no way. There's no way you could tell me that it wasn't black people who told the white people how to get into Africa and where to go and how to do and what. There's no way. You can't tell me that that our ancestors didn't just give us up. Somebody had to pass a bitch on. Something was going on, and there's a story that's not being told or accepted, and I won't put the shit on America and stop there because I think that's bullshit. Something about it feels like bullshit. I feel like it's like saying it's not going deep enough for me. It doesn't go deep enough. And this is no shade towards you though, babe. No shade towards you, and no, like I'm just passionate about it. And I'm not doing it's on this. No, it's not. I think that it's on the fact that we won't dive deeper because there's a deeper hurt to be looked at, which is somebody gave you away. Somebody gave there were, whether it was a tribe giving away another tribe, whether it was these people giving away these people, whether it's this type of exchange, whether it was, what are you going to give me? Maybe you're giving me guns and I'm going to give you people. The manners of sexual trauma, but we can definitely talk about that too. Even with the sexual trauma, I'm like, nah. Personally, for me, I guess I'll say this. I'll say this. I don't know enough about, I have not dove into the American system enough to say that it's the American system that has caused this particular thing. I will say what is that people in the families have been silent with the families. In your own household, you're quiet. And if it's, well, the American system has caused you to be silent and not say anything and not tell secrets in the comforts of your own home and in your own space and in your own, then sure, whatever. But I will say this, the accountability is on people. I'm looking at people. I'm tapping out of a system and I'm looking at people, because the American system is people. There's people in a government. There's people in a Congress. There's people in the Senate. There's people in the congregation. It's people. We as a people. And for me, I'm speaking on my family specifically. We as a family of people didn't say nothing. We let it just, we didn't say anything. So I understand all of those things, but I'm going to say there's people. Ashe, there's people. I'm still going to say there's people. Regardless of what the history is, it's people. If it's an American system, we're still talking about people. People choosing to do things. We all have a choice. It's people. For whatever reason people did what people did, there is a pattern of the sexual trauma and everything. I get it. I'm just saying that stepping into the most current that I can. People is people. To make it so broad, I want to make it I want to pinpoint it down. I have to pinpoint it to something. There's a core somewhere, and the core that I could get to for myself that makes the most sense, that I could resonate with personally, just me, is that it's people. And as people, we got to do something as a person. And so I'm like, I won't rationalize an action, and I won't. When it's people, it's people. Somebody said something, somebody has to do something. I even think about stories that I hear when it comes to slavery. And it's like somebody chose to run away, but then somebody chose to be like, I'm going to tell on you. And I get the conditioning and everything, but that's also a person's actions. Because somebody chose to say, I'm not dealing with this shit, I'm out. And someone chose to say, I'm going to rat on you because I don't want to die. And it's people. It's people. We're all different. I get that we're all different. We're all different. We all handle our conditioning differently. We handle all trauma differently. We handle situations differently. So I don't want to speak for one person. I don't want to say what needs to happen for us as a collective, because I don't want to speak for the collective. I don't want to speak for all Black people. I don't want to speak for all queer people. I only want to speak for myself. And I feel that's because I can only speak for myself. For my story is uniquely mine. And I'm so very grateful because myself has understood that I'm not here to fight for a people. I'm here to speak for myself and to share a story that liberates myself, knowing that there is overflow from this story of love and of healing that's unconditional and that's supportive. And that is going to help somebody else heal themselves. Ashe, meditating on matter, exactly that. I want to get to the core of the energy. The story, tap out of the story. That's what I want to do. I want to tap out of the story because I want to heal the frequency. Because the story, I feel like done got us all twisted up in the game, boo. I feel like the story done got me twisted up in the game, which is why I will be speaking also on that when it comes to my liberation today. And me being able to say, I have to step away from my mama did this to me. My daddy did this. My daddy didn't do this. My mama also did this. She chose this and she could have da. And choosing to say, you know what? The energy, what is the energy that's here? And the energy that's here is unconditional love. And so I ask myself the question, honey, what did you learn? Honey, what did you learn? Honey, what did you learn? Tell me something about what you learned. And myself says to me, I learned that we're not all a product of our environment. I learned that my environment was atrocious and despicable. It was deceitful. It was dishonest. It was manipulative, narcissistic. It was dark. And I'm none of those things, not at my core. That's not how I choose to be. Like, that's literally what I've not chosen for my life. I'm super kind. I'm generous. I'm caring and nurturing. I'm soft and delicate. It's healing to be in my presence. It's healing to be in my presence. And I've been getting my ass beat. Hands put on me. Since what, 2 years old? That I can remember at least. Just for scratching my skin. Baby, my skin itches. What did you want me to do? Getting the shit beat out of me. Just because I don't want to leave my cousin's house because I'm not happy at home. And I want to stay there. Getting drugged by my ankles. Like, having all my cousins watch me and my auntie watch me get my ass beat in a corner and drug out the house. Bring your ass on. As opposed to being asked the question, why don't you want to go home so bad? What is so terrible there? Or possibly even realize that as a parent, your child keeps not wanting to choose to be with you specifically. Look at why. That child is afraid of you. That child is scared of you. Frightened. I've raised my hand to my mother several times growing up. Because she just made me so angry. And was always putting her hands on me. I was even told by my godmother how much I stayed getting in trouble. especially at school. My mouth, I'm disruptive, all because I'm too smart, allegedly. He just knows too much. He's disrupting the other kids. He ain't got nothing to do. Skip him again, skip him again, skip him another grade. Only to be, you can't keep skipping him grades. Y'all got to figure this out. He's going to be too young in high school. No. No. Growing up, myself wanted my father so bad because I could have sworn that my father was going to be able to keep me safe. And now as an adult, I understand that my father was not going to be able to keep me safe. In 2020, I spoke to my dad and enlightened him on some of the things that happened when I was a kid. How I felt. And my dad's like, I don't really know what you wanted me to do. You can't really you can't hold on to those things, son. You got to let them go. And I was like, why are both of my parents telling me to just let shit go? Only for me to grow up and be like, okay, got to let it go. It's what my parents both told me was very correct. I didn't like how they said it. My dad said it super sweet. Still didn't like it. My mom was like, oh, my mom sent it in a text. So that was that. And the way that I heard it in my head, I didn't like it. But both of my parents basically said, my mother said shit happens. And my dad said, son, you can't hold on to those things. You have to let them go. And ultimately, both of my parents were saying to me, it's not our responsibility to heal you. We're not going to heal you. You have to heal yourself. You have to do it. You have to go figure out how to release that, how to forgive yourself for whatever it is that you've gone through and how to clear that energy. Ultimately, that's what my parents were saying. And they were right. They were right because it was my responsibility and it is my responsibility. And I took it upon myself to do exactly that. I've taken it upon myself to do exactly that. And I'm glad that I did. It's taken a lot of tears. It's taken a lot of screaming. It's taken a lot of yelling. It's taking a lot. And I'm so very grateful. I'm so very grateful because myself is an unconditionally loving soul, spirit. And I'm a student. And I love to understand. I love to understand. And I wanted to understand my parents so bad that I forgot to just understand me. I forgot to just understand me. I forgot to just understand me. I forgot to focus on me. I focused so much on my parents. They were the first ones that I gave the love that I had to. And the way that I love, the natural way in which I love, I latch on. I latch on. I'm like, oh my God, I'm all in. Let's go. I'm there. I'm there. I am there. And I would never leave. And so I understand that I needed to learn the lesson of detaching myself, being unattached, being detached, being I don't have to be disconnected, but I do need to unlatch. You can love without being latched on. You can love without being attached to a person's hip. I was attached to my father. I was also attached to my mother. I am an unconditionally loving soul. I know that my love is very unique. I know that my love is very rare. I have never met anyone on this planet. I've never met anyone on this planet up into this day who loves how I love, I have yet to feel someone's love like I feel my love. And that's because I'm me. I don't know if I'm ever going to feel that type of love. And so myself feels me. Myself connects to me and receives that love. There's a love that I give that myself needs to know. Myself, there's a love that myself needs to know, and it's the way that I love. Myself is dedicated to the people that I love, and that I see you and I share with you the love that I see. I tell you over and over, I tell you every time I see you, the type of love that I witness. I speak how phenomenal you are in my presence every time I feel it and sense it. And it's not me blowing gas up your ass. It's how I treat me. I give me compliments all day up here. I big myself up all day up here. I love on myself all day up here. And in here, I'm like, honey, I love you so much. I treat people how I treat me. I treat people how I treat me. When I see you just being you, I'm like, wow, I love the way you be you. I love watching you be yourself. I love your mannerisms. Ooh, you look so good on you. And that's me. And I just do it because it's just who I am. Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why I appreciate you? I'll send you a poem just to send you a poem about you. Just because I'm inspired by your essence and your energy and you just being yourself. I love loving on people. I love loving on people. I swear to God, I was designed to love on people. I was designed to love on people. It's the easiest thing for me to do. I see the light in everybody. I see the light in everybody. Thank you, baby. I see the light in everybody. You could be the most despicable person on the planet. I guarantee you the most despicable person on this planet would fall in love with me. And I'm not talking about trying to fuck me or nothing. Would literally fall in love with how I treat them, with how they feel in my presence. So they'd fall in love not with me, they'd fall in love with how I make them feel or how they feel in my presence. Exactly. My love is something different. My love is something real. My love is something deep. My love is something that is nourishment from the ether. And so I'm grateful that I have my love. I'm grateful that I have my love. My smile is the way that my smile is because I love me so much. My smile is the way that my smile is because I love me so much. I thought that I would be here on this live today talking about all the things that happened in my childhood, all the despicable things, all the da-da-da. And myself said, no, I don't need to actually discuss those things anymore. I don't need to discuss those things anymore. How did I heal myself? Because I don't need to trauma dump. How did I heal myself? How did I do it? How did I do it? I will say one, I am the cheat code. Shout out to my girl, Empress Maishala. Amen. I be having trouble with some of these things lately. Like, I'm like, I know your name. Why am I having trouble pronouncing it? Anyway. One, I am a cheat code. And that's on my friend, the Empress, okay? Myself I came in this way. I came in loving boots. I came in like this. I was pre-programmed to love unconditionally. That's one. So I will say that. I will let people know that take whatever resonates. However, understand that I did come out the womb preconditioned to love. Some people come onto the planet angry as hell. Some people come into the planet funny. I came out the womb loving. I came out the womb loving. So, The tools that I use to heal. How did I do this thing? How did I do this thing? One, I felt and I feel. If you are not willing to feel, then just tap out now. I'm going to just tell you how I feel about it. If you're not going to feel, I recommend choosing another course, period. Don't choose my course. My course requires you to feel. So if you're not going to feel, my route is not going to be serving you. Okay? That's how I feel about it. If you're not going to feel, I don't use drugs. I don't use substances. I don't use herbs. I don't use anything. It's all me. I feel. There's no weed. There's no shrooms. There's no alcohol. There's no tea. There's me. I raw dog the shit. I feel it straight up. No chaser. No lube. I just feel it. And it's nasty. And it's icky. And it's uncomfortable. And it's... Sometimes I'm just like... Oh. It's me. That includes my spirit, higher self, my ancestors, my spirit guides. God source. That's it. It's us. It's us. So I be praying as I'm feeling the energy, and I just let myself go there. And I let myself go there. And I let myself go there. And I let myself go there. The place that you don't want to go to because you're afraid that you might be committed into a psych ward. I go there, knowing and having faith that I'm gonna come back. Knowing and having faith that I could let myself go off the deep end. And I know that I'm gonna come to a space of balance. There's been times that I've been feeling the emotions so deeply that I'm on the floor literally shaking and twitching because my body is, I've let myself go, and I've let the emotions take over my vessel in order for them to purge, because I'm not going to hold on to them anymore. And I feel the fury and the rage and the sadness and the anger and the devastation all at once. And I let myself embody all that. And I'm just and at this point, I'm just consciousness. And I'm my eyes, and I'm there, and I'm no words. There's no linear language for the experience that I'm having. And I let myself just go. And then next thing, the time frame is always different, but I let myself go until I'm back at harmony, stasis, or balance, whatever term you feel like you want to use for me to come back to breath, calm. And then I'm like, and typically after that, it's a blanket. I need to get a blanket because I'm cold as hell. Now I'm cold. Now I'm cold as fuck. Or it's now let me get in the shower. And now I'm in the shower, and as the water's falling on my body, I break down into tears. And now I'm just crying. Now I'm just crying and deeply breathing and crying. And now after an hour of that, it's moisturizing my body. Then it's a blanket. Then I need to lay down. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Give me some water. And I just want to go to sleep. And I have my moment. Then I wake up refreshed as a motherfucker. Feeling good. Feeling great. Feeling, woo, okay. Let me take me out on a date. What's next, bitch? Because I done got the energy out. Because I got the energy out. It's about feeling the energy. Myself was so talked out, I understood what the fuck was going on. I needed healing. I needed to heal. And I realized that healing wasn't talking about it. Healing included talking about it. Healing included burning my candles. Healing included burning these parchment papers, ripping up these papers and casting these spells. Healing also needed to include feeling the goddamn emotions. Real as fuck. Did I use shrooms at one point? Yes. Did I use weed at one point? Yes. Did I use spirits at one point? Yes. Did I use wine at one point? Yes. Used music. I had to feel. Feeling was an aspect of the healing that I needed. And so I needed to feel. And I felt. Oh, and I felt and I feel now. Oh, and I felt and I feel. Oh my God, I feel. Oh my goodness, I feel. I had to feel it without anything in my system. I had to feel it sober boots. Oh, I had to feel it sober boots. Oh my God, I had to just. Oh my goodness, until there was nothing else to feel. I had to feel it until the feelings were done feeling, buzzing, being in my body like the way they were triggering me. I had to feel them. And in this moment right now, myself is feeling more as I'm realizing, oh my God, I'm safe. I am safe. And the more that myself realizes how safe I am, the more myself realizes how safe I am, she's like, oh my God, okay, let this go too. Let this go too. Let this go too. Can I let this go too now? Okay, bet. Okay, bet. Okay, bet. Ooh. She's like, thank you, girl. I need to get that out. I call them deactivating your triggers. Deactivating your triggers, baby. Deactivating the triggers. Letting yourself be triggered. Trusting yourself to lead you to have life experiences that are going to trigger you so you can deactivate the triggers. Letting yourself have the moments where it gives you the ick. It gives you the, oh my God. Oh, that's what I'm holding on to? Okay, Ashe. Yikes. Trash. Oh my God. So feeling was one. The next thing that I did, the self-talk. The self-talk. Oh my God, my self-talk game. My self-talk game is top tier. Premium as fuck. Top tier premium. When I tell you that I am committed to speaking positively to myself. The way that I nurture myself through communication, letting myself know the truth about how I feel in the moment, about how I feel about what I'm releasing, about how I felt about past situations, about how I'm healing, just communicating with me as if I'm sitting right in front of me. Regardless of which version of me it is, just having that conversation and being as open and vulnerable with myself and honest with myself as possible. Whether it's, oh my God, honey, this hurts, this hurts, this hurts. Okay, let's like just talking to me. Okay, honey, this hurt is gonna go away. It's a temporary emotion. I want you to breathe, honey. I love you and I need you to breathe in this moment, because if we keep feeling this right here, it's causing me to do this to myself, and I don't want to treat myself like this. So please, can we go ahead and da 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 da. Okay, honey, let's go ahead and breathe now. Let's inhale for 4. Let's exhale. Okay, honey, yep, you're doing a great job, and I love that for you. And like literally talking myself through it, ushering myself through it. The techniques that I discover that work for me, guiding myself through those techniques in the thick of the moment of something going down. Talking to me. When I'm feeling the emotions and they're heavy and they're dense, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I can take this. I'm like, yes, you do. Yes, you do know if you can handle this. Yes, you do know. Yes, you do know. Yes, you do. And asking myself questions. Do you know you can handle this, right? You know, you may not think you can, but you know you can handle this though, right? Be honest with me. And myself's like, yes, I can. And I'm like, okay, hold my hand. And myself energetically feels me, connects to me, and sometimes even will grab my hand. Okay, let's be in this together. 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 Oh, let's be in this together. Okay, we don't have to run. We don't have to hide. We can show up. We're in this together. Be seen. Be seen. Be seen. It's all right. Be seen. It's all right. You're still doing great, babe, because myself needs reinforcement, positive reinforcement. Myself will need encouragement. Oh shit, we're still here. Are we still good? Is everything still okay? Are we sharing what needs to be shared? Is this making sense? Is it helping someone? Yes, it's doing all those things, honey. It's doing all those things. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because I can tell myself, is it helping you, honey? That's the important thing. But myself is like, bitch, I know it's helping me, girl. I'm curious about if it's also helping out somebody else though too, bitch. Because that's a part of me. That's a part of what I do. That's a part of who I am. That's what I like to do. And I'm like, okay, so I must answer that question and be like, yes, girl. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, honey. Yes, it is. And she's like, how do you know? Because we're always helping somebody. And there's 10 people in this room and they would be staying here if they weren't receiving something of value. Ain't nobody gonna just be sitting on the camera. She's like, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. So whatever, even if it's entertainment, they're receiving something. She's like, okay. She's like, okay, as long as it's not going to waste, okay. Nothing we do, honey, will ever go to waste. Nothing. We're too valuable. Okay. You got to talk to yourself. You got to check in with you. You got to speak to you like you're there, like you matter. Because it's different to say, I am love, I am love, I am love, than saying to yourself, you are loved, baby. Baby, I want you to know that you are loved. Oh, you are loved, and I love on you. I love you so much. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you. I love you. Hey, I love you. I love talking to myself like that. Honey, I love you. Honey, do you hear me? If I feel like myself ain't listening, honey, Mrs. Honeybee of the highest, listen to me, girl. And myself's like, what? Girl, what? What do you want? And I'm like, I love you. Do you hear me? She's like, yes. Okay, then respond to me. I need a response, girl. I need a response. Myself feels right now, she's like, I'm overwhelmed with joy. She says, I'm overwhelmed with joy because I'm witnessing how much I have changed, and I'm so proud of myself. And I just, my hands are so itchy right now. My hands are so itchy. What do you want to do with your hands, honey? What is it that what is it that they're itching for? There's something that she wants, protection. What is it? Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me check in with her. Okay. Okay, okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I love you, babe. I love you, babe. Ooh, I love you, babe. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. Myself feels, ooh, okay, hold on. Honey, that's not your responsibility. That's not your responsibility. What people do is not your responsibility. How people receive you is not your responsibility. What people receive from you is not your responsibility. How people treat you, girl, to be honest with you, that, like, it's not your responsibility. What you receive, what you accept, what you choose to make yours. Like, you don't got to take everything. Like, let some people just be. Let some people just be. Don't try to control everything. Don't try to control everything. That's going to tire you out. Especially if you like, and I know you know that. I know you know that. I know you know that, which is why you're like, urgh. You can't control people, though. Everybody has free will. Everybody has free will. Everybody has free will. Sometimes myself like to control how people behave. Your mama liked to control you like that, and you didn't like it. So let people be. Let people be. Let people be. Let that go. Let that go. That's not something that needs to be in your hands. It's not your responsibility. And what she says is, she says that she's accustomed to getting in trouble for how other people behaved. She said, I used to get in trouble for how other people would act. So I'm always trying to control people. I'm the version of you that's trying to control people because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to take the fall for this. And the way that you're behaving is not the way that the way you're behaving is going to get us in trouble. That's what she says. Honey, you're not you're not a child anymore, baby. You're not a child anymore. And this is your room. So, and you're not punishing people like that. And so you're not going to punish yourself like that either. And so the whole idea of trying to control how people behave, you don't want to try to control the whole internet. That's exhausting. You don't want control over a whole bunch of people like that. Not really. Not really. If you did, you wouldn't have incarnated on Earth. If you really wanted control over people like that, you wouldn't have incarnated on Earth in the body the way. No, this is not the route you would have taken. If you really wanted that position, you hear what I'm saying? So liberate yourself from the idea that you even want to control people, because that's not what you want to do. It's just not. What you wanted to do was have more control over how you were. And I understand that now. And you didn't have that control when you were younger, but you have that control now. Okay. You got me. Okay. You got me there. Okay. You got me there, bitch. Okay. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah. You right. Okay. Ooh, I like you, bitch. Bitch, I like you. You good as fuck at this. You a slick bitch. I like you. I like you. Good job. You got me right round together, girl. That was the shit. See, this is why I do self-talk. I'm giving you the examples right here. Because I can sense in my body when there's a frequency, when something ain't right. When there's dissonance, I can sense the dissonance and shit. And when the dissonance is going because I done worked myself through it, I know what it was that clicked it. Ooh, bitch. Because of the self-talk. The engagement, the connection to mind and body. The mind-body connection is important. The mind-body connection is important. Wow. That's one of the other ones. Mind-body connection. You got to understand that you have a conscious mind. Being able to sense where the trauma is in your body and working out that trauma is a gift. Prime example, let's say you have trauma in your thighs. You can massage that out. And what you would do is loosen up the muscle. For example, now there's an energetic shift. That energetic shift is going to cause emotions to be triggered. You feel those emotions. Whew. You're going to find yourself healing on a cellular level. As your leg elongates, muscle relaxes. Tension reduces. Oh my God. Then you're going to find yourself burping, farting and shit. Needing to go pee to let out more of the energy, the toxicity. Freeing yourself even more. It's quite beautiful. Yes. Oh my God. The liberation. Yes. The next one is facing fears. You got to face the fears that you have about how you look. Facing fears about how you may sound. Facing fears surrounding how it might smell. Facing fears about what you might lose. What you might even gain. Shit. There's been moments where I knew the healing that I needed to do was to share my art. I didn't know my art was going to get me millions of likes on the internet. Millions of people watching my videos. What? Oh shit, oops. That wasn't the point. That wasn't the goal. Not specifically. Then being afraid. What if they judge me? Oh no. Oh no. When it comes to the fears, I realized that I was afraid of feeling certain emotions. Sometimes I thought that I was afraid of sharks, but I was actually courageous. I knew I was courageous, so I was just afraid of feeling courage. I was afraid of feeling an emotion that represented a version of myself that I've seen before that frightened me. Because of how they acted. And that the way they acted reminded me of my mother. And I didn't want to show up like her, out of fear of what I would become. And now I realize my mother taught me some amazing shit. I may not have liked the teacher or the lessons and how they were taught, but I did learn some amazing shit. Some valuable shit. Most certainly. Another thing I did to heal was my faith. That's a lesson in of itself, faith. But when myself was guiding me on what to do to heal, what to say, when to share, how to share, when to feel, how to feel, how to soothe. I had to trust myself. I was so nervous to trust myself. Because what if I was wrong? What if I didn't actually know what I was talking about? What if the way that I did it was actually incorrect? What if it was true, what they said? I did think I know everything and I actually don't. Although I've never claimed to know everything. Well, yes I have. Never mind. Yes I have. I have said, you can ask me anything. And if I'm supposed to know it, I'll know it. I know everything it is that I'm supposed to know. Down to how to find the answer. Okay. I know when to be humble and be like, you know what? Pass me that book. I'll find the answer, watch. Marcel taught me how to heal me. Throw away those prescriptions. Don't eat this right now. Eat this for right now. Eat nothing right now. Create this art. Go grab this and utilize that. Start this. I listened to myself every step of the way, and myself guided me here. Myself said, I got you, baby. I said, okay. How you gonna do it? Move me. Let's do it. Speaking my truth is another one. Speaking my truth. Speaking my truth. To people, to myself, to my creator and my guides, my higher self. Speaking my truth. Saying, God, I can't heal this today. I'm tired. God, I'm tired. I don't have it in me to heal this right now. I need a break. God, I need a break. Letting God know when I'm fed up. And when I'm feeling like I'm living life on a merry-go-round. What also helped me heal was looking at my parents. Looking at my parents who raised me. Looking at my parents. Looking at my family. Looking at those who raised me. And zooming out. And being like, oh, wow. Oh, shit. I grew up in an era where my family was beating us with bats, extension cords, books, their hands, their fists, belts. I grew up in that era. Call CPS. Here's the phone. I'm going to beat your ass while you do it. I grew up in that era. So, another way I healed. Ooh. I had to look at everyone. I had to look at everyone and zoom the fuck out. It made me disgusted to see how many generations have been dealing with abuse in my family. And we think it's normal. I don't think it's normal. I'm not claiming that shit no more. Disciplining your child by putting your hands on them is not the way to do it. It's not the way to do it. It's a way, sure. But we try to force children to be on a routine and a schedule that don't make no sense, that the parents don't want to be on. And so everybody's being forced to conform and And I get it, that's a system. That's a system right there. Of people adopting a way of being That's just trash. I had to zoom out. Zooming out helped me realize that there were too many people who were perpetuating behaviors for me to be like, it's your fault. Nope, it's us. It's us. Okay. It's time to accept some things. It's time to accept some things so I can move on. Because I will be moving on. Accepting harsh truths as well. Being able to accept, hey, you know your mama don't like you, right? Like, you know she wouldn't choose you if you weren't her child. If you wasn't her kid, she's not choosing to want to be with you. Like, not to hang out. Not to socialize, not to kiki, and you wouldn't choose her. Facing the harsh facts. You know you had a real abusive childhood, right? Like, that's not normal. Like, there's a lot of character traits that you have right now that are simply just because you got, like, you were abused. Down to how you walk. Having conversations that are honest and authentic with others helps. You must be willing to talk. You must be willing to talk. There's something about hearing yourself say out loud, oh yeah, she did used to beat the shit out of me. Something about saying it and hearing yourself say it is like, whoa. Oh, I needed to say that out loud. Like, oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Woo. Okay. Okay. I had a session once, a healing session with a confidence coach, Queen Bijou, Royal V. And she helped me realize in that session, she's like, honey, I'm sorry, but your mom was despicable, baby. Her actions, your mother, let's not call her names. Let's not call nobody names. Your mama's actions, baby, were harsh. Like, that was terrible. Like, that's not how you treat people. Like, if somebody tried to treat you like that today, like, tell me you're not rocking their shit. I'm like, you're right. And then think about it was being done to an innocent. Ooh. Think about your motives behind your actions. It wasn't always as vindictive as she may assume that it was, because you weren't the people who abused her. You were this baby. Wanting to get attention. Ooh. You were this baby playing around, wanting to just express yourself, repeating what you saw. You were this baby exploring your consciousness and expressing it aloud. Ugh. You were a baby reflecting its reality. You were a fucking baby. Ooh. Oh my God. You were a baby, boo. You were a baby, boo. Wow. Holding yourself accountable for so much. When you could barely talk. When you only knew face value and didn't understand deeper concepts yet. Didn't understand multiple truths existing at once. Didn't understand how contradicting Earth is to itself. Wow. Myself has come a long fucking way. Do you guys have any questions? Do you guys have any questions? Oh. Wow. Thus far. Whew. In addition, what has also helped was acceptance. Accepting what has happened, accepting who my parents were, accepting who they are, accepting their story, accepting their evolution, accepting what they've known, accepting their capacities as well. Accepting that my parents are humans. They have capacities. We all do. They're not as invincible as I thought they were. I know I felt I know I could feel what I thought was their potential, but doesn't mean that it was their capacity. Ooh. Ooh. Ha. Ta, ta, ta. And honoring and accepting that, oh, my parents have hit their cap, or, oh, my parents have chosen to be this person this season. Oh, okay. This is their life. This is their choice. This is, okay. 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 Ashe. Peace, beloved, meditating on matter. What if you feel like when you want to vocalize the pain, you can't say it, but it feels like throw up wants to come out, but won't? Oh, I love that question. What if you feel like when you want to vocalize the pain, you can't say it, but it feels like throw up wants to come out, but won't? You do that motion. You throw up nothingness. You throw up energy. I'm gonna call it that. You throw up energy. You're still purging. You're still purging. You're still purging. You're still purging. There's moments where you literally have to break the energetic binding that is holding the door closed, that's keeping it closed. And you have to literally, and like literally if you watch a movie, like a scary movie or an exorcism movie, they'll show like demons coming out of the throat, gas coming out of the throat, a light coming out of the throat, some type of CGI shit like that. It's that. You have to let that energy out. As a shaman, sometimes I'm working on either myself or people, and I'm noticing that it's like, and it's like, oh yeah, or I'm releasing and transmuting from energies that I've pulled off of folks. And I'm like, oh, what is that energy? I'm like, oh, like it's like I'm literally throwing up a demon. It's like I'm just throwing it up and it has to come out of my mouth, and my mouth will literally, and I won't be able to close my mouth or my throat or anything, and it'll just come out. And it'll come out. Sometimes spit will come out where I'll be like, ugh, and then like it'll just be white, clear, just clearness, clear spit up. You let that out. Sometimes you want to have conversations with your mom about her behavior, but your words always come out aggressive. It's hard to communicate without being angry. Tribal link. I would recommend asking yourself, are you wanting to have a conversation with your mom about her behavior because you want her to change her behavior? Or, and do you think that her changed behavior is going to then liberate you? And I ask that question because sometimes ourselves are trying to inform us that we're done having conversations with our parents. And you got to just make the decision to separate yourself and heal yourself, because your parents are not here to heal you. Your parents are not here to be responsible for your healing. Your parents' apology and recognition and accountability that even they would take is not going to liberate you. You still have emotions on the inside of you that you have to heal. When they say that you're not going to heal where you were hurting, yeah, like yourself is not really wanting to be consoled by them specifically. That's a fantasy that we sometimes have, and we're like, if only my parents could just, but that's us still trying to change them from who they are. And that's us still living in that past energy, that childlike energy, the immature energy, where it's, I know my parents have it to love me. Your parents have to love themselves. Your parents are still having challenges with themselves in a particular way that do not allow them the capacity to really give you what you're looking for with you. And so yourself is probably feeling so angry when it comes to how you want to speak to your mother, because you do feel anger and you're probably furious. And there's a part of you that probably really wants to rock her shit. And you're trying to have conversations with her, and yourself is like, don't put me in her face and let this energy come up. And so it's giving, you may have to just heal that on your own. And when you're in a position and in a space where now you feel like you want to let them all in, then you do that. But again, when you choose to be grown and say, I'm going to step away from my parents, choose to be grown. Because that's like cutting a spiritual umbilical cord. And that hurts. And that hurts, babe. Oh. Woo. Yeah, there's an energy there that's ready to just, that's coming off now. Ashe. Ashe. Oh my God. Okay, I feel like yes, you agree. If she was your age and wasn't your mother, you'd have been rocked her shit. Ashe. Yeah, okay. So when you're in that energy tribal link, I recommend actually not really talking to your mama about it. And I recommend going to go deal with your anger and dealing with your emotions with yourself. Because your anger may have been with your mom in a particular scenario, but your mom is, you're like, at the end of the day, yourself really wants to fight her. So you have to go get that anger out. The anger ain't your mama's. That anger is yours. You have to deal with the fact that yourself is angry because of how bad, like what you've endured, and the fact that it's the built up frustration from you feeling that you can't do anything about it. And that's because of all the programming. That's your mother, your age, what the laws are, and what you're taught is possible, what what you see on TV, all of those things. Ashe. At this time, I feel like I've really shared everything that I've needed to share. And so I feel like it's time. It's time to cut the live. I feel like I've shared so many gems. I put my live back. I put my, yeah, I got it. Collective, your energy is yours always. I send your energy back your way with the utmost peace and love, and so it is Ashe. Honey, oh my God, I deliver your energy back to you too. Okay? We close this live in gratitude with love and unconditional support for ourselves along our journey of healing. You are so very welcome, Tribal Link. Peace, beloveds. Peace, collective. Gratitude, beloveds. Gratitude, collective. Tip your bus driver. My CashApp, Venmo, PayPal is located in the description box. If you want to join our Patreon community, that information is also in the link tree on my main page and on my website, EyeGotThyme.com, EyeGotThyme.com. See you.